Well, we got something unique today. This is a DVX Professional Products driverack PA complete loudspeaker management system. Now, I know nothing about this stuff. I'm not going to pretend. The model number is DVXPA plus V, and it's got all these little outputs. I always like bringing something new to the channel and something I've never worked on before. I thought that would be kind of neat to troubleshoot and see what we can find out. First, let's get the power plug plugged into it and show you what it does. I'm not actually sure even how to turn it on. That's the funny thing. I didn't ask that in person with the guy I know. Maybe it just turns on by itself. This is pretty cool. I have all these LEDs here. It has a little screen, mic input, and you got mic output. Cool. Let's get the power plugged in. I'll show you what it looks like. Then we're going to disassemble it. Okay, so this is what it does. This is the blank screen. It does not have anything at all. I'm guessing you probably would have to take and have a microphone plugged into this for this to work. There's no display on it at all. So we'll take it apart and see. So this is what it's doing. It's just flashing this here. You can see this flashing little light over here. It's not really doing much of nothing. You can't see nothing. I got another video that was provided to me of what it was doing, and I'll put that in here so you can see, and we'll take it apart. Now this is increased by 2. It's pretty cool, pretty wild. Let's take it apart now. Now there is 2 Phillips screws on both ends here. We're going to take them off, and then I believe I have to take these off here, but we'll try these first, see what happens. I got those 4 screws off, and let's see here. I may have to take these screws here out, at least this one here, and loosen it. It's attached to this. Okay, got that screw off. And this is what the inside looks like. Very simple circuit board. I say that jokingly. This is pretty wild. All of those capacitors is insane. You know, for audio systems, you have to have capacitors for stuff to, you know, filters just right. And capacitors play an important role for voltages. And any of this could be an issue. Especially when you have, you know, very sensitive components with processors and digital screens, and you're having your input voltages and whatnot. So, on that note, let's take a look. You have your power coming in here. There's a transformer, and it starts with a T. Toroid something, I forget how to say it. Don't quote me on it. It even had the thermal fuse. Wow. So your voltages go here. There's a resettable fuse right there, F1. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. That's something that some people should doing their design. Just put a resettable fuse. And we have a couple of, it looks like the 7815, 7915, and the 7805. This is a 7805. So this is a voltage regulator. So you have these different voltage regulators for these different circuitries here. So if your capacitors here are not good, like that one right there, 220 microfarad, 16 volt, that capacitor, you feel that it is flat. This thing here, it's got a peak to it. Now, you get a better view to that. You can tell that this is not the same as that. So if this doesn't filter the 5 volt regulator, all of your stuff here for 5 volts, the screen itself, it's not going to be working properly. The next step would be is to replace this capacitor. And in order to do that, we're going to have to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws minimum. We'll have to do these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 screws on the outside. So, wow. So let's do this total count. There's 17 out here, and there's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 screws you have to take out just to get this circuit board out. Forgot to count the front ones now. They have this 2 here for that one. So I add additional 2. Now this guy right here, you have to pay pretty good attention on how this comes out. You're going to slide the little plastic bezel probably forward, or it may just lift straight up. And I'm going to... Okay, so just by just nudging on that, I know that this thing goes straight up in the air. You just flip it up like this. I say it's just like this, but I need to get something underneath there. So 1 second. I don't think it goes any further that way. It might. Yep. Okay. I was wrong. It just didn't push hard enough, so it does slide out. There we go. It does slide out. Be careful not to go too far, because you can break this, but it's not bad. You can make it work. All that does is applies pressure on the ribbon cable, so that's fine. We'll take him out, and this guy, you just lift straight up, I would assume. That's a pretty good housing right there. He's straight down on that. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then this one over here, you just pull straight up on him as well. Now you have to lock it. There you go. You want to get all these screws out. I'm going to play with this connector here. May not have to take it out at all. And then we'll change this capacitor. So I'm not going to bore you with just taking all these screws out. I'm going to do a time lapse so we can speed through this process. And that was pretty neat. So, let's take this apart. We already got all the screws out. What do we need to do? That's going to be the interesting process of getting this. I mean, I guess the best way would be is to take these screws here out. These screws here out. That way this will just slide. Guess we're gonna have to do that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that you have to loosen up in order to get this board out. Extra from what I've already told you. Okay, so taking the last screw out here. And this goes like this. This is a FC20P, so that means that's a 20 pin cable. And the whole thing comes out, just like that. Right, tilt it a little bit. And we're gonna see what we can do. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that connection there. Awesome. It's a good idea right there. So now all we have to do is change this capacitor out, put all the screws back in, power it up, go and change the capacitors. I just kind of want to get just look at all these traces, get the fascination of it, you know, the appreciation of all the traces. Not sure what these are, what these marks are for. I don't know if there's just dust lines or if there's just like moisture that came in and it just sat. It doesn't look like there's any corrosion, it's just might just be flux. And then this side. Isn't that awesome? Just a secretary just to see it. It's insane that they had to have some type of machine that they just pick in place each one. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and change this out. That's not a good brand at all. Wow. For good equipment that this is, a good brand, they really skimped out on the capacitor brands here. I would never use that. Alright, let's change this out. 220 microfarad, 16 volt. Now, what you want to do is always increase that. So if you have a 25 volt, use a 25 volt instead of a 16 volt. Now we got a capacitor. And I'm going to tune the soldering iron here a little bit. And I'm going to heat up the pads of the capacitor. Now you'll see how I'm going to change this out. I'm going to heat up the furthest away and pull, and heat up closest to me and push. And that's how I'm going to change this capacitor out. Really simple. I've been doing this method for years and showing people how to do it that way. There's tons of different opposite directions that you can do and see. I hope you just saw that. I just took this capacitor out. Now you'll notice that it has a white line here. That means negative. That's where you want to put the negative of this line. I'm going to make it go in the same direction. Usually the longer lead is your positive. Now to clean these holes out, I'm going to use a toothpick of all things, right? A toothpick. It's not, you can't take and solder won't stick to the wood. So I'm going to use a toothpick and we're just going to poke the hole. See if we can get that in the film. In the frame. Actually, it might be a little too much solder. Let's flick that off. Just heat this up. And you just poke a hole. Same way with the side. Just heat it up and you poke a hole. Now you don't want to get your toothpick stuck in the hole. That's the only problem. This has a higher, it's got a lot more copper in it, so it's going to take a little bit longer to heat up. I may have to just shove it through. There we go. Make sure that's got a good hole. Now if you had solder wick, it'd be great. If you had a solder sucker, it'd be even better. But if you're a hobbyist and you just went to Walmart and you just bought a $5 soldering iron, this is what you have, the toothpick. Toothpick trick. Now you'll notice it came in on this side too, so you just flick that right off. And now we have two holes that are cleared. Let me show you that. These two holes now, you'll see my finger moving on it. Now they're both cleared. And I just use a toothpick. Is that something else? That's something else. Stick the capacitor in the hole just like that. I didn't show you on film. And I just put it in backwards. That'd have been good. So just like that. We're going to solder it. Put all the screws in. We can take and just bend these just like this. It'll hold that capacitor into place. Solder it. And there you go. I'm going to cut these leads off here. Assemble it. Plug it in. Show you that it works. Now let's talk about this ribbon cable again. And then see if I can zoom in just a hair. And you want to make sure you do not break this connector. There's a lot of pins here. In fact, it says 50 here. So there's 50 pins here. That would be insane to try to fix. And we're going to zoom in just a hair. It's going to rock a little bit, which is fine. You want to bear with me here. And my phone mounted to the magnifier. So this thing here, all it does, slides underneath, and you're going to make it all the way in. You can press down here at the bottom where the blue is on the opposite side. And then what you just need to do is just do this, what I'm doing here. Don't press on the ribbon cable, just press on the brown pieces. So just like that, guys and girls. And then this thing here is plugged in its little fantastic header. I love that header. It's a great idea. A lot of times you see people will go this route, and it's a crappy idea using that thin of a cable. It's a good idea for low voltages. It's a crappy idea for doing something that needs backlight circuits and stuff like that. You need thicker wires. So I'll leave this as it is. I'm going to take and turn it on now and see what the display shows. And if it comes up, great. I don't have to have anything else here on the heatsink. Everything else is on the heatsink. Everything else is bolted. Everything's good to go. I did notice over here on the circuit board it says cable tie, so it probably was supposed to cable tie this wire harness to the circuit board, and it never happened. That's what I'm guessing. Got the screws in. Got the new capacitor in. Got the power cord. And let's see what happens. Hopefully, everything works fine. That came up. Ooh, look at that. Wow. That was pretty simple, guys. That's pretty awesome. Now I'm not going to pretend to know what any of that does. I was just asked to see if I can fix it. And I think that's what it's supposed to look like. Pretty neat. Also, we'll get it bolted together. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up. If you have something you want fixed, let me know. I'll put the email in the video description. We'll work something out here.